So today we're going to make a digital piece, and it's another political anti-capitalist or anti uh, capitalism gone bad piece. And so I've got all my images loaded up here on Photoshop that I need. So what I'm going to do now is going to make sure that they're all at the right size I need to be. So what we'll do is first, this is one of the what will be the businessman. So I'll check the image size. So that's maybe like that to be a bit high, a bit bigger. So I'll make him 22 centimeters high, and I've still kept the good quality. I know what that my signature will be in good. It will be at the right DPI. This blood splatter here. Let's have a look at this. It says 72 DPI here, so but the centimeters they have are pretty big. So what I'll do is I still like to keep everything at 300, and I can just make the actual sizes a bit smaller. So I can make that, and that's still way bigger than I'm actually going to need it to be. I'm going to say I have to make it a bit smaller when I actually do it. These are some wings that I'm going to try and use. So let's have a look at the image size for this. This is 100, but again, like I said, I'm going to be making it smaller. So I'm making it over 3 times bigger, so I'm going to make it over 3 times smaller. So again, that one doesn't need to be, and I'll actually end up making this a bit smaller. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually make the actual background. I'm going to be putting it all on. Now this piece I'm going to have A4 size. So outside of for people who live don't use A4, that's around 21 centimeters wide and 30 centimeters high, roughly around that. So I've got that. So the first thing I'm going to put on, and luckily some of these are also nicely, I checked these so that they show some of these because they're PNGs there that are pre-cut, so I don't have to work quite so hard. So I've got the businessman there. Now the next thing I'm going to put on are the wings. So I'm going to pull this out here, so then I can then put them here. Let's put this back up here, and let's go back to the man. And what I want to do is I want to have these behind him. So I shall then drag the layer to be below, or drag the other one to be above. Sometimes it's a bit of a swine, it doesn't always go down the way you want it to instantly, but here we go. And I was originally going to cut around these wings, but I might still have to actually. Yes, I might still have to. So what I'll do is I'm going to try and do this here with the what is called the magic wand. Click the area around it, Control and X. Now you have to be careful with this because sometimes it doesn't always do a nice cut. Though in this case it appears to, apart from where you've got these shadows here. But I'm going to keep the shadows actually. What I might do is I might, with an eraser tool though, blend them in a way. So make it a very soft one. 60 pixels for the size of the brush, and I can just no more pixels than that. I'll undo that. So I might make it 300. Oh, 3000 maybe too much. 300. The reason why I do it this big is because then I can just That last one was a bit too close. Just make some of the edges not quite so harsh. I'm sure there's probably a better way of doing this, but I don't know what it is. So that's taking some of the harshness off that. So let's zoom out a bit again. Let's have a look at our man. He's looking pretty good, although what I might have to do is, I like the wing placement, so I'm not going to change it. So I want to move it now. I don't want to move them both individually, so I'm going to merge them both down. So they're both together now, and he's on there. And so I've got the splatter. And let's put this on. I'm not 100% sure whether this is going to actually work. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this to the behind again. Sometimes you almost like you have to fight Photoshop to get it to work, just stuff like this to work. So let's see about making these smaller. So I press Control and T, so I can adjust the size. Adjust it. So oops, that's the wrong one. Got to go to other layer. So you can see the businessman and wings on layer 2, the blood splatter is on layer 3. I need to select layer 3, Control and T, and then what I'll do is I will make that a bit smaller, and maybe I'll tilt it a bit, see what the splatter pattern looks like. So that looks quite good. It almost like it's not. Sometimes it's like he's got a trail of blood behind him, but right now it kind of looks like he's had his head blown out, and I'm not sure if that's what I want to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see it looks like if I have more of the blood. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just create another layer or two of this, duplicate it. So we've got a duplicate layer 3 copy. So now what I can do is I can bring some more here, another one, duplicate layer again, so layer 3 copy 2, and bring some more there, maybe tilt it a bit so it's not also so let's have a look at that. So it's almost like he's got flying on a column of blood and surrounded by it. So now, as I've done with some previous ones where I'm using these fashion businessmen, I'm going to go with that same theme as before, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to type in place of his face a $sign, and that didn't turn up as green because I've got to do, when you do text, sometimes I keep forgetting, when you just colour, it's not here, it's here. But I can take colour from there. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, and it's got to be above here. Oh, why did it below? And that's a bit small. I'm not sure about the font either. Let's see. See if I make it bold. Yeah, so that maybe tilt it ever so slightly, because his head is almost like it's tilted. So it's more in line with his direction of his head. I don't want to have it go all the way up where his face is, because I've got to preserve where that should be someone's hairline, so it doesn't really strain credulity too much. So, even though we are talking about a weird piece of artwork, but I think if I did it like where I did the dollar sign all the way above his head, it may look a bit too weird. It may look wrong. In my mind, anyway. See what you might think when it comes to pieces like this. Now, otherwise, usually people might put their signature right down in the bottom corner here. Don't worry, I'm not going to do it this big. But the reason why I don't do that is because it could be easily cropped off. So I don't often put the signature all the way at the bottom there. I sometimes put it a little bit into the picture. And this is something I've seen Winston Smith has done. I don't know if that's the reason why he does it. Never, when I did meet him, I never asked him. But this is the reason why I do it. So, and here we go here. So, this is it done. It's a very basic piece, and it's one thing I did, and one thing you could look for when you're looking for images like this. Obviously, make sure they're the right dots per inch. But if you can, see if you can find any images, any elements. If you're looking on Google or Bing, which is the two I look for. Try putting, when you're looking for whatever image you might want, put PNG at the end, because then that'll serve the image as a PNG. And for one thing, you won't get any of this WebP malarkey that's been coming up recently, or AVIFs, because they'll need converting. And you might find something like these where the image is already cut out for you. And some will say it's cheating, but I really don't care as long as I get the image I want. It's not like using AI cheating. So let me know what you think of this, whether you like it. And as always, like, share, and subscribe. My description has my link tree in it, which has all of my merches and links and socials. And I shall hear from you soon, or I shall speak to you soon. Thank you. Oh, by the way, also, I will probably be calling this Blood Angel. The title is very important, and sometimes I forget to do or have trouble coming up with that. This time I have. So, like I said, I'll speak to you soon. Thank you.